There's a lot of anxiety, pain, and frustration right now about the market and the economy. But Bryan, you say now is not the time to be afraid. In fact, you think America is making a critical financial transition that will benefit everyday folks. Can you please explain to me what you mean?
It's really interesting, Roger, because after the initial celebration rally that we all saw, right after the election, you really thought, that the market would really kind of build on itself from there. And then we've gone through this whole pullback that is involved with the uncertainty of what's going on here. And for decades, the world took advantage of America's generosity, when it comes to these tariffs. And, we can get into how that all happened, and why we let ourselves in that position. But, we are not the world's, gravy train anymore. We can't do this. We have $36+ trillion worth of debt. It's a different world. And in order to tackle that debt and do the right thing for their next generation and the generations thereafter, we've had to go through what is called a tough love period. And we're going through it right now. And it's the right thing to do. And normally, like a lot of experiences in life, when you do experience tough love and you come out the other side, normally you turn out to be a better person, okay? And this economy and this government is going to be a better place after we've gone through this cleansing process, taking the punch bowl away and slimming down, and going, basically the government's going to the gym and going to get a workout, and got to get in shape, so we can survive and thrive as a country. And so therefore, these tough decisions, it's a bit disappointing and disconcerting that the market's taking this so wrong, because it likes the punch bowl. It likes the easy money. It loves stimulus. Ever since 2007, we've been flooding the markets with liquidity. And look what's happened. And in good times, that's normally when you save your money for rainy days. But we continue to see the government just continue to spend all the way, for the last almost 20 years now, straight up, leading into where we are today. And so I think that, if we understand the truth about the financial mess that we're in, and why President Trump is taking this stance to fix it, it's going to be a deeply rewarding experience for not just the country, but for the stock market and for investors in the long run. And despite what the media, the financial media, which just loathes this administration, okay, they're very left-leaning, very liberal. The Fed is even 75% of the Fed are admitted Democrats, okay? So you have just armies of people that don't want to see this succeed. And that's the issue that Donald Trump and his administration and Wall Street and the average investor are having to fight, okay? Because most would agree on Wall Street that they like the policies, okay? We're moving the needle now, okay? And we are leveling the playing field. And it's important that, we don't subsidize socialism overseas. That's all part of this too. The Canadians and the Europeans love our tariffs. They love to tariff our products and all because it helps pay for, 50% of the population that's on the public dole, okay? We're done with that.